These men were using Amaya Papaya in Love Island, and we're gonna talk about it. Let's get started. So, one thing I noticed while watching Love Island, I'm on episode 7 or 8 because I jump on the train really late. Is that these men say they want exotical women, but they like to use exotical women. Ladies, as in exotical Barbies, we need to we need to not let men get us because they want us or because they like that exotical side, or like she speaks Spanish, or yeah, like my home, like the ladies. I'm letting you know right now, as exoticals, men men like to use exoticals, and as we see with Ace, because Ace, I feel like as though he used Amaya Papaya to get to Jelly, right? Jelly, and because he's talking about how he want this woman, whatnot, but yet when he got her, he's like, oh, you can't kiss me, you can't touch me, you can't hug me, but he did that to Shelly. That should have been the first red flag, because don't get me wrong, I understand when people say they want to hug, kiss, and touch. I understand that because I'm that type of person. I don't want to do that on a date or not. But it's so hypocritical if I don't allow the guy who's courting me to do that, but I let some other guy do that to me. You know what I'm saying? So that should have been the first red flag. Also, too, one thing I noticed is that, like, who's that white boy? Austin? Yeah. He's same way too. Also, too, one thing I noticed is that as exoticals, because I love Amaya Papaya, I really, really do. I love my Dominican princess. I really, really love her. But one thing I gotta say though is that do not, just because a guy wants you, yearns, does all the things that we told was right, that's the right thing that a guy should do, doesn't mean he deserves you. You get what I'm saying here? Because a lot of guys on that island, when Amaya got on there, they was fetishizing her. They was doing all this stuff. And granted, she is a beautiful, she's so gorgeous. And also too, she's just full of joy, just full of light heart. Oh my goodness, I just love her. Anyways, but the thing is that they like you until they get bored of you. Or they like you until you're not, how should I say it? You're not, how should I say it? Pushing them off, if that makes sense. Because the thing is that Ace got upset when Amaya started questioning him, and she started like asking like, hey, how come this and that? He's like, you doing too much, or you being annoying. And he basically started like saying like how basically just like trying to like gaslight her that she's the problem now, like she need to calm down, like she's rushing and whatnot. Reality, he's being a hypocrite and he's looking for someone else in a relationship, if that makes sense. Like he want Amaya as his left, the woman on his right arm, if that makes sense. And he even did that to Shelly, I think, when a new bombshell came on, and when he's getting like really, really excited, and then someone said, told Shelly to want to basically like, girl, you like, I forgot what comment they made and whatnot. I think that's when Megan got on the episode, because I saw some parts on TikTok, but I had to keep watching the show, so correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, they do that a lot. And as someone who relates to Maya Papaya a lot, this is some things I'm going to give you guys for Exotical Barbies who experience this, when Maya experienced this, so then you won't have to experience it as much. The reason I say it as much because sometimes it can happen, but you could put a pin to it. You could put an end to it. So number one is that if they fetishize you. Don't get me wrong, there's a difference between your type and fetishizing. What I mean is, like, remember how they was talking about exotical this, exotical that on the show, they have their own version of what exotical is. But let me stick to the point though, is that if they have strict standards around you, but they could be loose everywhere else. What I mean is that for example, what happened to Amaya Papaya when she got with Ace. He was like, oh, you can't call me sweetheart, or you can't hug me, you can't touch me, or and then you see them do that to someone else. Put it into it right away. Don't even question them, just leave, okay? I mean, you can question, but you can leave as well, if that makes sense. Like, walk and talk. Next thing is that if they over here saying like, oh, you tripping, oh, you being mad annoying when you question about things. So let's say you get to the part where you do question them, right? Let's, for example, let's say this. He don't want you, because let's say y'all met at the club, right? Right, y'all met at the club, whatever. And I don't go to the club, so I'm just making a scenario, so I'm sorry if this sounds unrealistic, but you guys get my point. Let's say like he already knew that you're the type of girl to dress how you want, you know what I'm saying? And you like to hug, lean, and kiss. You know your love sign is physical touch and whatnot. When he first met you, and then when you guys get with him, all of a sudden he has the strict rules, but you see him still doing the same thing. And when you ask him about it, let's say you go to ask him about it, right? And then he's like, oh, you tripping? Oh, you women are tripping. Oh, I'm just like, he's trying to be like, well, this is my boundaries. If you don't understand and whatnot, because let's be honest here, there's nothing wrong with having boundaries. I just want to let you know right now, because Amaya Papaya, she did respect his boundaries, but she also questioned him. You guys can't do that. But if you notice that, leave. Another thing is that I noticed that they do and whatnot is that if they like you as a trophy. Because, listen, even though we are the prize, we're not going to be a trophy wife. If anything, that's a horror film. The reason I say that is because a lot of guys, okay, the best way to put it, if you watch it, Brie from Desperate Housewife, remember how she's a trophy wife. Okay, she could cook, clean, body tea, face tea, you know, she could do everything, stitch up a cornrow or something like that, I don't know. But you saw how her husband mistreated her. If you guys haven't watched it for Housewife, let me give you an example. So basically, let's say your husband, you know, like he's over here like oh, you be a great wife, or you be a great this and that and the other, right? You're the guy that you're with. He's talking to you about this stuff, and you guys are just dating or whatever, right? And then as soon as you get in a relationship, it's like, man, you mad nagging. And it's just you just being like, hey, can you take out the trash? I've been washing dishes. Or like, you know what I'm trying to say here? Like, they like you as a trophy. They like the idea of you rather than getting to know you. Because Ace wasn't really trying to get to know Amaya, if we're going to be honest here. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is that when they sexualize you, that's when you know it's a problem. Because the reason I said that is because like with Amaya, with Austin, he liked the idea of Maya, but as soon as like she said who she was, you know, and she got further with him one night, all of a sudden she was known as being annoying. He was talking about her behind her back to Ace, and one night he wasn't being truthful with her. If you notice that shift, and you know the guy, how should I say it? If you notice a guy is listening to other guy opinions about you rather than talking to you, that's a red flag. That's what I'm trying to say. Because don't get me wrong, like for us ladies, how we be like, oh yeah, make sure you be careful because this and that and the other. You know how we talk and gossip, not gossip, but we kind of warn each other about stuff like that. Sometimes people do misuse that, and they use it in a way where it's like, oh yeah, she's annoying. Like, because you know how, okay, for example, guys who talk about their wives in movies and TV shows, we see how they be like, oh, my wife is nagging, oh, my wife is annoying. Reality, the wife is not annoying or nagging. She's not. If anything, it's on his part. That's what I mean. How how can you tell this? It's like, for example, let's say you guys are talking and it gets to argument one night, and he'd be like, oh, they told me about you. Yeah, they say you was a nagging one night. Or they'd be like, see, this is why I shouldn't trust you, because they told me. See what I'm saying? Leave. I really feel bad for Amaya because she is such a sweetheart, and I want to let you Exotical Barbies know this. You are not the problem, okay? I want to let you know this. The reason I say you're not the problem, I mean, yeah, we all have our faults one night, so if you could jump in a conversation like, everyone has faults, shut up. Anyways, what I'm trying to say here is that, because if you had experience like Amaya did with Austin Ace, and you probably think like, oh, I'm not the problem, I'm the problem. I'm letting you know right now, you're an Exotical Barbie, okay? They don't deserve you. Not everyone can have Chanel. Not everyone can have Coach. Not everyone can wine and dine every night, okay? Not everyone can. And just like that, not everyone can be with you. Not everyone should be friends with you. Not everyone should date you. Just because they're like, oh, I'm your type, or I mean, you're my type, or if I was your man, if I was your man this, if I was your man that, oh, you my type, oh, you look exotic looking, you know, they say all the right things, you know, they have money, whatnot. That doesn't mean you should be with them. Do not give your heart to creature features like Ace. Ace probably don't even know. I don't even want to talk about that man. Anyways, what I'm trying to say here is that Exotical Barbies, don't let everyone have a piece of you, okay? Because I love Amaya Papaya, and I love how she left Ace, thank God, and went to another guy. I forgot what his name is, but hopefully they do well and whatnot. But yeah, I also want to talk about Huda's situation and talk about Leia, because also too I realize how they sometimes do Exotical Barbies, and how they also, like, sometimes if you are within a, how should I say, if you respond how the producers want you to respond, especially if you within a different category or whatnot, they're gonna try and make you out like the bad guy, if that makes sense. So let me know, because don't get me wrong, I'm not team Huda, because Huda has her issues and whatnot, but I definitely believe the internet dragged her like so hard, like, you know what I'm saying, like it was unnecessary. In fact, I would say hypocritical, because they didn't do the same for Jeremiah. Anyways, let me know, Exotical Barbies. You know what, actually I'm gonna make the video. Let me know how you feel about Maya Papaya, I think she's in New York. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, tell me how you feel about her. You know, are you a Maya? Have you had those problems before? You know, as a Exotical Barbie, have you had guys that lusted after you just to treat you like trash? You know, let me know. Tell me how you heal, everything. Let me know, Exotical Barbies. Have a great day.